Football is back, and so is winning season at MyBookie. Use promo code Gators on a deposit of $50 or more, and you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. And Gators Breakdown is proud to partner with America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/50Gators and use code 50Gators for 50% off plus 15% off the next 2 months.
I was ready for the game until I heard listen to your podcast
today,
and it scared me a little bit more, man.
Don't let me sway.
You just didn't think about it until you said it. Like, man, that's kind of true. I didn't think about that till now. Now I'm like sweating. So
yeah, the matchup up front, that's the biggest issue for me right now is Tennessee's ability to create a lot of havoc, tackles for loss, and sacks. And until I see a Billy Napier-led Florida offense be able to throw their way for a win, if they can even throw. I mean, that's where the pressure scares me as well. You know, that Tennessee can stop the run, then if Florida has to rely on the pass, will Graham Mertz have time to throw it? If he has time to throw it, I think that the chance of winning goes way up. It's just lately Tennessee's been able to prove they don't give you a whole lot of time to throw. I think when Billy Napier would rather have his offense humming, that is the run game going, and then some deep shots, play action based off of that. And I just don't know if the time would be there. Now, Billy Napier comes out, and we have a different style of game plan that we haven't seen before, and there's all kind of, the creative in the run game and being able to find a way to get the ball quickly out to the receivers, and the receivers just making Tennessee defenders miss left and right, then, okay, that's a little bit something different that we haven't seen from Billy Napier. But it's hard for me to go against history right now. And I know it's a short history. It's only been a season and 2 games for Billy Napier. But, it's one of those right now. I got to see it to believe it that he can come out and try a different way of winning. All right, let's get to some of the questions that were sent in here. And Ken Muss, bring him up first. And first question was probably like Utah, Tennessee will load the box, force the Gators to beat them throwing the ball. Okay, there we go. Kind of going where we were just talking about. In your view, what offensive game plan should the Gators implement to beat Tennessee? To beat the Tennessee defense. Yeah, kind of just discussed that too. But I still think running the ball is the best path to a win. But I don't know if there will be enough in this game. As I said, can Napier draw something up? Can he get creative? I can see a passing attack taking up most of the game plan because of the way Tennessee and how good they are up front. Can Graham Mertz and Billy Napier have a comfort level in putting that out there? But I do think, running the ball will still be Napier's plan because that's been his path to victories. So I think he's going to be one of those. I'm going to win the way I know how, the way I've constructed this team. Now, as I said, maybe through 2 games we don't have a full grasp of what this Florida offense can be, and maybe things change that we just haven't seen yet. But that's one of those I got to see to believe. And if you're Napier, that is your MO. It's to run the ball and that lead to victories. So right now, I still think the game plan should be, if you can accomplish it, is to throw the ball the short to intermediate range. Tennessee, the way they play, they're going to make you drive the field. Florida's been kind of doing that anyway the last couple of games. Hopefully they can finish the drill this time. You get into the red zone and put some points up on the board. A lot easier to do versus McNeese last week than it was Utah week 1. But now, if Tennessee is going to maybe make it easier is not the right way to put it, but that's kind of the way their defense plays. They wait for you to maybe make the mistake, or wait for you to maybe try and catch up or keep up with their offense, and that's hard to do. But that offense isn't what it was last year. So are they a little more aggressive? But at the same time, most of the time when their offense is humming, their defense is fine to just kind of play drive after drive and let the offenses mess up. And, Florida was doing that way too much versus Utah. Hopefully they can just clean up the act. And I don't know how many 9, 10, 11 play drives you can sustain and come out with a victory. But that's probably the pathway to a victory here is, can Florida do it both ways? Does it have to be just a run game? Does it have to be just a pass game? I think run-pass balance at the end of the game will be something that we're looking for in that regard. And then on the other side of that, Ken Musk's question, he went to the defensive side as well. On the defensive side, watching the Austin Peay game, they were able to disrupt Milton and force some inaccurate throws. What do the Gators have to do to get pressure on Milton? I do think there's an avenue there. I don't think Tennessee's just great pass blocking team, so there might be some chances to pressure Milton anyway. For Florida, is just, can you generate more pressure than we saw the last couple of weeks, and not necessarily have to blitz to bring the pressure? Can your 4 rushers be able to generate it on their own to where you don't have to force a defender in there just to get pressure? You can keep more bodies back. If you're Florida, look, Milton's not that accurate anyway, and he's already inconsistent. So I don't know how much you actually have to pressure, and hopefully you can just do it with your 4. I'd like for the pressure to be there to take away some of the deep shots that they may try. Don't give him any time when they decide to take that deep shot. But for the most part, I think I don't think the pressure has to be there all night for him to be inaccurate. He's inaccurate anyway. So you play man defense, be tighter in coverage, stack the box with 5 guys if you have to. Trust your DBs on an island. But it would be wise to blitz him at times. Pick your poison. And J Bud, he put a really good stat in the football nerd recruiting chat, but he says unblitzed for Joe Milton, he's 37 of 50. That's 74% completion percentage. Been sacked twice, but he's not throwing the ball down the field still in this regard, but a 50% success rate there for when he's unblitzed. But when he's blitzed, 7 of 16, his completion percentage goes from 74% when unblitzed to down to 43.8 when he is blitzed, and a 31% success rate. So when he is blitzed, it makes him even worse. He's not setting the world on fire, not lighting the world on fire. I think if you're Florida, you come out and make him prove he's not the quarterback we've seen the last couple of weeks. Milton has struggled. He's inaccurate. He's not Hendon Hooker. The ball's not going down the field. They're relying on the run game to carry the offense right now. And look, that's kind of their MO anyway, but their offense their running game is the offense right now. It's not as split as it was last year with Hendon Hooker at quarterback. So, if you're Florida, you find out early and often if he's on or if he's not on, and then you probably adjust your game plan from there. If he's not hitting, then you don't have to worry about pulling. You can keep the box there and keep your focus on the running backs. But if he is on, then you got to then worry about how you're going to start playing defense, defend and run, and or pass. Because I do think Tennessee's going to have some success running the ball. I do think this defense will play better than what we have seen. I think they'll have some success running the ball. I think they're too good not to get some rushing yards there. But if it's just the rushing yards and not crazy, and Milton is still struggling like he was the last couple of weeks, that's why I think this game is going to be close. I don't see, even with Tennessee's potential for explosives, that they can run away with this game, because I just don't think Milton's there yet. This has been a preview of a Gators Breakdown Plus members chat. You can take part in chats like these by joining Gators Breakdown Plus starting at $3 a month. Link is in the description, and you get access to all these features. You get these extra episodes. You get access to the Discord server where you get to have text chats. It takes part in chats like these as well. Hey, another big bonus, ad-free Gators Breakdown episodes, Q&As, giveaways, custom shout-outs, all that at Gators Breakdown Plus. Link is in the description. Come join us.